All right, Bobby, you're our intro guy.
Today is a special day, and today is a podcast where we talk about that special day. I'm Bobby Parker.
And I'm Joey Nickel.
Welcome to Today Is.
Welcome to Today Is. We have a special episode for you guys. This is a... So, okay, here. I have not... We're gonna... So, you have any shows this week?
I have a show tomorrow night at Saturday night at Axes and Eights in Kingsland, Georgia. It's the axe throwing place. A bunch of funny comedians are going to be there. It should be a blast, and people get to throw heavy, sharp things at each other. Well, not at each other, at targets, I guess.
And it's who runs that show? Is it the
tall
guy?
I think it's Bill Hubner.
Bill Hubner.
That runs it. I'm not positive, but I know he's going to be in the show, so I just assume it's him. I know. I can't think of the other people who are going to be there off the top of my head.
Did you have any shows last week?
Last week, no, I did not. I did have a chance to come out to watch one of your shows, and that was fun.
That was a lot of fun. We had a good show. The audience was actually very good.
Yes.
We didn't have as many as I'd like to have had there. We didn't sell as many tickets as I'd like. We had about a similar amount of people as we did last month.
Okay.
Which last month we had 17. And we're similar amount this month, I think. I think I counted, and it was like around 17 by the time we got a couple stragglers there. I waited a little bit to get them in there, and we did okay. I was able to pay everybody okay. It was it was fine. It just wasn't as good as it has been in the past. At this place,
we're a little bit spoiled before, but we like to be spoiled like that. We love crowds.
I mean, we've had two fully sold out shows, and then almost three. Like there was one where we sold like 45 tickets. So we've had close to 3 sellouts there, and then it's just I don't know what I'm doing wrong for advertising. I went on TV.
You did.
I went on TV for this one.
You were on TV. You did a tight 3-minute set. You said hi to your son at the end, and people and the people in the audience at the studio
are from Nocatee. So it turns out, and they're like, we'll spread the word. We'll tell people to come out. Turns out nobody likes those people, I guess, and they don't listen to them because they did not come out. So I may skip next month because it is Good Friday.
That I see that being a tough day. It's not going
to do us any favors.
No.
Unless somebody contacts me like this week who's can sell out a crowd, can draw a crowd, and is like, I really want to do it. Then we're probably going to pass on April. We do have Johnny Mac from May, so I have high hopes for that one because he's got his. He's got his crowd. He always brings a crowd every time he does a show, and locally, he's from the area, not too far away. So I'm hoping the Johnny Mac show works out. But it was still a fun show. We still had a blast.
Was a blast, and Dylan Garbo showed up.
Yes, Dylan showed up and had a good set. Did very good. Had a good time. We went out to eat at the trailer park afterwards.
Yeah, that looked fun. Yeah. It's a place I'd never been to. I pulled up the menu. It looked good. I just knew I wasn't going to be able to stay. I wish I could. Wish I could have. But, ended up being a long night with hey, we're going back to Butt Watch.
Butt Watch 2026.
Sitting all day. Got a tender surprise. Little ring of fire, bringing tears to my eyes. Hemorrhoids update.
Yeah, Butt Watch 2026.
How's it going?
I'm healing up, but I have I've had a couple days where I've had a movement, if you will, that has caused discomfort for a longer period of time, and it's no fun. Yeah, you can have that piece of paper. So I knew that was coming upon me last night, and I am still uncomfortable right now. But hopefully by tonight I'll be good.
Oh, why by tonight?
I just usually healing.
Oh, it just takes a day or so?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the doctor saying? How long till?
The doctor says keep putting the medicine on and live with it, or go have surgery, which I don't want to do.
Wait, so last we talked, you gave us the options, but you didn't say like necessarily which one you had chosen yet.
Right.
Or have you not decided still?
I'm trying to let the healing process go with the medication. I've got to put medicine on myself once or twice a day. It's not a fun way to apply medicine, but I also don't.
Depends on who you are. Depends on what you're into.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think the downside is I'm putting it on myself. But it's either that or surgery, which would be
You gotta get a hamster to.
and just an old bicycle seat maybe.
Yeah.
And I don't want to.
Yeah,
do
you're
surgery.
trying to avoid. You're trying to avoid surgery.
Yeah, because surgery will end up. It'll fix it, but I will have other issues forever.
Yeah.
With
Right.
that, so.
What? Now this week, we're recording this early because I'm going to be in Europe next week.
You are.
And I'm going to be in Europe next week, but we are doing something new this week at Shantytown. We're going to have a featured performer at Shantytown. Sharon Simon will have already been there by the time you hear this, so hopefully it went well. We promoted it on last week's episode, so hopefully some people came out. I'm excited to see if this goes well. If it goes well, I'd like to do it more often. I'd like to have a featured performer more often.
Yeah, I am going to say I believe it went well. And I know that I desperately tried getting to the show after my rehearsal, and I failed. That is that is my prediction right there. I'm hopefully I'm wrong, but I think I'm going to fail to be there.
So the only concern I have is I know the show's going to go well. Like there's always a good crowd there. I don't think we're going to have a problem with that. I'm going to pass a basket around for tips, and that's what's going to pay the performer because we don't have a budget there or anything. So I hope that the tips go well. That's the only thing I'm concerned about is if people are going to accept that as a thing. If people are gonna be happy to throw a couple bucks in or not.
Almost want to like put a little tip backpack on the dog and have the dog just walk around.
Right, exactly. Like a little, like when the people use their pets for ring bearers, we'll do that with the tip basket.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I have confidence in the show itself. I just want to make sure that we can offer this comic a little money for gas money, that kind of stuff. She's tacking it on to a tour she's doing. She's actually doing the Savannah Comedy Review.
Okay. That's right. We
pretty soon. I don't know if she was doing that first and then doing our show, or doing our show and then doing the Savannah. I don't know which order it was, but
let's see.
She comes into town once a year or so.
It would have been.
What is it? It's second Saturdays, right?
It's the second Saturday, so
it'd be next. It'd be after.
14th.
It'd be the 14th.
Yeah.
Or 13th. No, 14th.
14th.
Yeah, 14th.
Yep.
So, yeah, hopefully that goes well and we can get her some gas money, so it'll be worth her while. But today is Friday.
It is Friday.
Today is Friday, and for the second time this year already, and we're in month 3.
Yep.
It is Friday the 13th.
Yes, it is.
It is Friday the 13th, and I thought that would be a great opportunity to have a topic for today. The calendar made its own topic today. Yes. We did not have to search for one to find one that we could relate to. I felt like it was important to do Friday the 13th because they don't come around very often. But we got 2 this year.
We have 3 this
We
year.
have 3. We have another
Yes.
one coming
Yep.
up.
So
when's the next one?
The next one should be in November.
Okay.
Yeah. So when
Is that rare to have? Are you the expert now? Have you done a lot of research?
I did research today. So
I was at the market all day, by the way. The Fleming Island Saturday Market every first Saturday of the month from 9:30 to 2 in the Fleming Island Square across from the high school. Hypothetically, that's my bit. If you've seen me live, but I asked, since I was at the market all day, I asked you to do the research on this one.
Yes.
And we do have an expert. I tried to get him on the podcast, to zoom in on the podcast. He lives in L.A. Zach Bennett. Did you get that video I sent you?
I did get that video.
So Zach Bennett has done a TikTok about it. Zach Bennett hosts a podcast about horror movies.
Okay.
And he also does a TikTok series of basically it's kind of a history TikTok series. I don't know if history is the right word, but it's more like stuff like Friday the 13th. Like, where did that come from? The origins of Friday the 13th.
Right.
And I tried to get him on the podcast, but he wasn't available at this time. He said he had to take his girlfriend's parents to lunch. Apparently he's in a healthy relationship.
Are you sure you're talking to Zach
maybe
Bennett?
I got the wrong Zach. Maybe I'll be surprised. But anyway, we're actually going to Zoom tomorrow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tag it on to this episode. Because he did want to talk about it because he's into Friday the 13th. So on both fronts, either with I don't know if we'll talk about the horror movie or if we'll talk about the actual day Friday the 13th. But I'm gonna interview him tomorrow on Zoom, and we'll add that on to this podcast. So how rare is it to have 3 in a year, or is that often? Does that happen often?
So there's always at least 1 a year. It is not uncommon. It's about I think every 4 to 5 years there's 3 in a year. So basically, if you have it in a non-leap year where you have one in February, you're automatically going to have one in March.
Yes, right.
And then you have one in
so that's going to happen
November.
every so often. Yeah.
Now, I looked at some of the crazy math involved, and I think this is probably the most interesting part of the research I did for nerds like me and possibly you. Is we had.
You know what's interesting, and sorry, while you were looking that up. I always felt like Dusty Slay will probably back me up on this. I always felt like the calendar's wrong in general.
Yeah,
the calendar is messed up. Like, I don't like that the beginning of the year is January. It should be March or April. It should be springtime, in my opinion. The beginning of the year should be spring. It used to be. Right. And we have, in the calendar, months are named after in a certain way so that they're that it really should be the beginning of the year should be March or April. But also, I think there should be 13 months.
Yes,
because then there'd be 28 days in every month.
Yes, and that would just make
that would just make sense. Why are we going with the? We all have to do the knuckle thing to know if there's. Which, by the way, isn't that the weirdest coincidence in the history of the human body? That your knuckles can count out whether or not the month has 30 days or 31 days perfectly.
I think it is weird. I don't know if it's the weirdest coincidence. There are other weird things.
No, it's the weirdest.
Okay. Hey, I stand corrected.
You go January, February, March, April, May, June, July, end your knuckles, then you go to the next knuckle, it's August, and it's also 31 days. It's almost as if somebody planned that to coincide with your knuckles.
Yeah, it's like, hey, how do we develop a calendar? And then somebody got punched.
Yeah, right? And then there's 31 days in December and January, so then when you start over, it's also 31 days. Yeah. So that's crazy to me, but I think there should be 28 days in a month.
I'm not going to disagree. And in that way, you would always have holidays on the same day.
Yes. Holidays would always be on the same day. We'd have to kind of adjust that to make sure certain holidays end up, are going to be always on a Friday or always on a Monday or whatever we want. But like Labor Day, it's always going to be the same date every year. Thanksgiving, it's always going to be the same date every year, and then we don't have to worry about that anymore. We can put Halloween on a Friday every year, and it'll be the same day,
or on a Saturday.
Or on a Saturday,
so you don't have to
yeah.
go trick or treating after school.
Right.
You have a whole day.
Or a Saturday, either one. But the other thing is, if we did that, I don't know if they would start the calendar on. I don't know if they would want to start each month on a Sunday or start it on a Monday. I'm not sure which one I'd prefer.
Right.
But if we start it on a Sunday, that means every month there will be a Friday the 13th.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah.
And that's kind of something, or it's not. It's not actually anything because it's hypothetical, but which is the definition of hypothetical. It's literally nothing. But I think that would be interesting to have a Friday the 13th every month and 13 months. It would be the unluckiest calendar ever created.
Right. And so, yeah, and I do have some origin stories for that.
Okay. So you said something about math.
Yeah. So math, they did a breakdown of the occurrences they look at over 400 years. So over 400 years, taking leap year into occurrence, all that.
So like when Spike Yoder was born.
Yes,
yeah.
Basically. There's a slightly higher chance of Friday being the 13th than it being on the other days. Just a slightly higher chance.
Statistically, it's more likely to be on a Friday than any other day of the month.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. No,
mathematically.
Just
mathematically.
And it is a very slight variation, as in it's 685 occurrences on Monday, 685 on Tuesday, 687 on Wednesday, 684 on Thursday, 688 on Friday.
Oh,
so
over by about, at least 20, right?
No, it's
on Monday, Tuesday, it's not
like a 3-day difference to 4-day difference. Sunday is 687,
but it is clearly in the lead.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's funny.
In the
I wonder
lead.
why.
Yeah, it just
happens to work out that way
just
over
the
the
way it
past
works out.
400 years.
Yes, and that's the way.
Over the past 400 years,
it.
technically, mathematically, the 13th is more likely to be on Friday than any other day of the week.
Yes.
Huh.
But it's such a small difference that no one really cares. It would be mathematically insignificant other than it's just an interesting day.
How stupid is triskaidekaphobia?
Oh, it is incredibly stupid.
That's got to be the dumbest phobia. I cannot think of a phobia more dumb than triskaidekaphobia. I would challenge anybody to tell me a phobia that's dumber than that. That is more senseless than that.
I do think there should be a phobia for the names of phobias.
There probably is.
Yeah,
I bet there is somewhere.
Because you say triskaidekaphobia, and I immediately am scared that I don't know what you're talking about.
The name triskaidekaphobia is scarier than the description of what it is. Like hearing triskaidekaphobia sounds like, that sounds complicated. Like that sounds complicated. It's just the fear of the number 13.
Yes.
That's it. And it's like, it kept people from putting 13 on an elevator. Like that kept people from labeling a floor 13, which by the way, it's still the 13th floor. Yeah. It's still you can't trick numbers. Like it's still the 13th floor.
Yes. Yep.
And you're skipping the numbers on the elevator to 14.
Yep. So as far as the fear of the number 13, the origins that I saw in my limited extensive research goes back to Norse mythology.
The whole concept of the number 13 being unlucky?
Yes. Yep. So there was Odin was having a dinner party. And yes, it sounds like a joke. But Odin was having a dinner party. There were 12 guests there, and Loki showed up as number 13. And he tricked one of the gods into shooting one of the other gods and killing him. And that's why he was, he's just a bad person, bad god, whatever it is. But it was considered, he was the 13th, so 13 is unlucky.
Okay, here's the thing about that, though.
Yeah.
So typically, mythologies are created to explain something that already exists.
Yep.
So, like, Zeus with thunderbolts explains lightning bolts that explains thunderstorms, all that. So what did the concept of the number 13 get explained by that story, or did that story start the fear of the number 13?
My understanding in my limited extensive research is
that story was
the
Genesis?
That story was the Genesis. It was just, here's the story, and it must be unlucky because it was the number 13 guest who showed up.
Is it a prime number?
It is a prime number, yes. And then that Norse mythology kind of influenced other things, including the famous painting The Last Supper, 13 dinner guests. I mean, it's a biblical story. It's what happened, but there's 13 people in the picture, and they're saying that it is influenced by that story.
Wait, 13 because it's the 12 apostles and Jesus?
12 disciples in Jesus. Not all of them were apostles.
Oh. Wait, who wasn't in the picture?
Well, no. So Judas wasn't an apostle because he didn't see Christ's return.
Oh, the term apostle is an apostle, according to Acts chapter 1, an apostle is a witness to the resurrection.
Yes. Yep.
So I guess you're right. They're disciples, not apostles at that point.
Yes.
But there were 12 of them and one Jesus, so that's 13.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. See, that should make it seem lucky. 13 should be a good number based on that.
It should be, but
12 tribes of Israel and Jacob. That's 13.
Yeah.
Right? Should be a good thing.
According
to Christians should view it as a good thing.
So I view it as a good thing. My son was born on the 13th.
There you go.
So I love that number. Like that's a number I liked beforehand. I still
Taylor
dig
Swift.
It. Yeah, that's my son's birthday. He's upset that
he's upset about it. Wait, do they have the same birthday? Or
no,
just the day of the month?
No, so it's Taylor Swift's wedding is going to be on my son's birthday.
Taylor Swift's wedding. So she's always said her lucky number is 13, which I think is the dumbest white girl thing I've ever heard. Like, I hate it when people do that. Like my lucky number's 13. It's like you're doing that because you know it's a weird unlucky number. Like you're turning it into your thing. It's like you're not the first one to do that. You're not original by doing that. And Travis Kelce's number is 87, so the keep it 100 is Travis Kelce, and I don't know too much about this.
Well, so yeah, that is
it's Travis Kelce plus Taylor Swift, but I don't know. I don't know. I think it's the dumbest basic white girl thing to be like, my lucky number's 13. It's one of those pick me seem interesting things.
Yeah, well, I mean...
What I'm trying to say is Taylor Swift is awesome, and I think she's amazing. Please don't come after me.
I think that you have just upset one of our biggest fans. Travis, please...
Sorry, Travis.
Please forgive us.
Please come on the podcast and defend your woman.
Yes, physically. We will fight
against.
you.
I will not. I will not fight him.
I will fight you, Travis Kelce.
We're gonna have to have Chris Buck on the podcast that episode if he's on, just for the volume. We need the extra volume.
Yeah.
If we're gonna fight Travis Kelce.
I was gonna say, is he a known fighter?
No.
He seems very pacifistic.
Yeah. You know what? We scratch that. I was only thinking Chris Buck because he's tall, and big. We need Marcus Crespo on the show. We absolutely need Marcus Crespo. In fact,
an old security guard.
If we tell Marcus Crespo, Travis Kelce is coming on the podcast to fight us, it will be impossible to keep him away. He will come on the podcast just for the fight.
Hey, one thing stands absolutely true. Crespo will not be choked out.
That is true. He will not be able to choke out Crespo. And if there's one thing we know about Crespo is he will not run away from a good fight.
No, he ran into them
even if he's wearing church shoes.
Yes.
On Park Street. What was I going to say? So where were you talking about 13 or something?
Oh yeah. So
that's the origins of the unlucky number 13.
Right. And that and the thing is there's no real origin for, hey, it's an unlucky number. It was just always considered unlucky. The Norse story is kind of the oldest one that I could
That
see
you could find, yeah.
in my limited extensive research. That's my favorite phrase today.
Limited extensive research.
Limited extensive research. And many cultures consider Friday to be unlucky in Western society. No real reason other than it seems to have nautical origins.
Other than ABC.
Baby, you know me.
No.
The
channel ABC.
ABC. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they had TGIF.
Well, that stands for Thank God It's Funny. Because
it's Friday.
Right, but they never said that. They always said
I'll tell you who
thank
said
goodness
it.
it's funny.
Joey said it.
Did he? Okay.
Uncle Joey, who's not Uncle Joey. Friend Joey said it in an episode of Full House, and they used that as a promo for their TGIF lineup.
Okay.
Every Friday.
See, that is good to know.
And I also like the restaurant TGI Fridays.
TGI Fridays is it was a fun restaurant.
I may not. It doesn't exist anymore.
I don't think I've
been to a TGI Fridays in probably 8 years. So
ditto. That's that.
There was one in Orange Park. I don't know if it's still there.
There was one off South Side. I don't know if it's still there.
Yeah, I don't know
anymore.
I don't know if TGI Fridays exists
I
anymore.
liked it. I liked it more than Applebee's.
I'll let you know when I go to the airport. That was always where we would always see the There's always a TGI Fridays at the airport, so we'll see if they're still there.
So you're going to be in Europe, and
okay.
you're going to be on a cruise, right?
So here's where I'm going with this. So let's now we've figured out the origins of the unlucky number 13.
Okay.
What about it being what about Friday the 13th?
Right. So
where are we going with this?
So I was asking very specifically, are you going to be on a cruise in Europe?
At that time?
At any point.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So here's the thing. There's an old nautical superstition that cruises that depart on Friday are unlucky cruises. So if your voyage is starting on a Friday, sailors don't like it. They would prefer to leave on Thursday or Saturday.
I think I need to not go on this cruise.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know if it starts. I think we do leave on a Friday.
Yeah.
Wait. Let me think. We fly in on Wednesday, or we fly out on Wednesday.
Fly out on Wednesday.
We land on Thursday.
Okay.
We've got the day in London. Then the next day we go. No, we leave on Saturday.
Leave on Saturday
because we're going to Nice on Friday.
Okay.
To then spend the night in Nice, and then so we can because then it's not that far to our port from Nice.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah. So don't worry, we're leaving on Saturday.
I was very worried because I've learned in my limited extensive research that
you do not leave on a cruise on Friday.
Don't leave on a nautical voyage on a Friday if you can help it.
Yeah.
I'm sure military has some different rules and regulations if they need to, but just in general, sailors don't.
Very unlucky to leave on a Friday.
Very unlucky for no apparent reason other than they don't like it. The Friday being unlucky thing, it doesn't really factor in Ireland and Scotland though. They always thought Friday was kind of a good day to plant potatoes, especially Good Friday, and I have no idea how that bears out. If it's just the one Friday,
which
Good
explains
Friday.
why TGI Fridays always had
potato skins.
Good potato skins.
Exactly.
Yeah. It all comes around.
Yeah, absolutely. So there is.
Wait, is that why it's called? No. You know what I was gonna say?
I think so.
Is that why it's called French fries?
Oh no.
No, because of Friday. It's Friday.
Yeah.
That's why it's called front. Never mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So there's legend and rumor that Friday the 13th, the combination of those 2 days, is extremely unlucky because that is when the Knights Templar were arrested by King Philip's troops.
Who's King Philip?
He was a king that did not like the Knights Templar.
Wait, King of England?
Yes.
Or France?
I think he was the king of England, but I'm not positive. I didn't check that.
Okay.
Yeah. But he had some problems with the Knights Templar, and he coordinated an arrest of the Knights Templar to occur on a specific day at a specific time. That way they could all be arrested at the same time. And so he coordinated it, and it happened to be on Friday the 13th when it occurred. And that origin was really propagated in one of the books by Dan Brown, the guy who wrote the Da Vinci Code, and a bunch of other bestsellers. But it was very propagated there. There's no real basis for that from what I saw, other than, hey, it kind of makes sense, but it was considered an unlucky day before that. It was considered an unlucky day after that. Maybe it's just more unlucky if you're a Knights Templar. Who knows? Oh. And that is most of the research right there.
Oh, you didn't get to the part that I thought the limited extensive knowledge I have.
What limited extensive?
So according to Zach's video,
okay,
it started in France. All right, so I couldn't get Zach. I couldn't work it out with Zach's schedule to get him on the podcast, but I did include his video here so that you can see what I'm talking about. You can see the information I'm talking about the origins of Friday the 13th.
Everybody says this comes from religion. The number 13 is found in many religions and is seen to be as lucky and unlucky depending on the context. However, because it doesn't explain the Friday aspect of it. Number 2, the death card is number 13 in the tarot deck. That could explain some of the unlucky stuff. However, we're still not getting an explanation for the Friday part. Number 3, the Knights of the Templar. This is one of the most pervasive myths, and frankly, I have also made videos about that, thinking it was 100% true. It is true that the Knights of the Templar were rounded up in 1307, supposedly on Friday, October 13th. However, we do not know if that is for sure the case, and whether or not that would have passed down to people as being part of a superstition, because there is no evidence for this. The only evidence supported by this would be more conspiracy theory about the idea that the Knights of the Templar, the ones who escaped and didn't get murdered by the church, went to Scotland and started the Scottish Rite of the Freemason, which would later branch off into regular Freemasonry, which would have its most popular roots in the French culture of the 1700s and 1800s. The first actual mention of Friday the 13th being a superstitious holiday comes from 1834 in the Paris Review. Quick asterisk, I do not know French, I will not learn French, and I do not plan on saying any of this stuff correctly. 1834, Marquis de Salvo wrote an article about a Sicilian count who murdered his daughter on Friday the 13th and said, "It's always Friday and always the 13th that brings bad luck." And that is the first actual literary mention of Friday the 13th being unlucky, with the Friday and the 13th together. Also in 1834, a French play, there's no way. I was born Friday, December 13th, 1813, from which all misfortune comes. 1858, there were more plays with similar dialogue. In the 1880s, Americans began to mock the French for this superstition. But by 1899, this concept became so popular that it was adopted into some American culture. So it started off as mocking, became a part of our culture, much like a lot of the stuff that we do now. Nickelback is not a good band, but you guys are ironically bringing it back, and good for you. Why not? The world's burning. Everything's burning down. I don't care if you like it when the guy goes, 1899, a Kansas City Journal reports that only 2 marriage licenses were given out on Friday the 13th, but the average is around 9 every Friday. And lastly, the reason why you actually know what this is in American culture is because in 1907, a novel was written called Friday the 13th by a guy named Thomas W. Lawson. There's also a silent film about it from 1916, and the story is a financial thriller about a man manipulating the stock market to make it crash on Friday the 13th. Thomas W. Lawson knew so much about this because he himself was a guy who was manipulating the stock market. It was much easier to do in the early 1900s. Still happens today, because why the fuck not? The book was so popular when it came out that brokers actually refused to trade the following day, which in a weird way caused stock markets to change, manipulated by this man's book. Anyway, I hope that helps. If it didn't, oh well.
All right, so that's all the information that I know about the origins of it in France. But so that was Zach Bennett. You can follow him at Zach Bennett Comedy. He's super funny. He lives in LA. But guess what? I'm in France right now. I'm actually in France on Friday the 13th. That's crazy that's where it started.
Started in France. Okay.
Wait, did you watch the video?
I did, but I watched it while a bunch of other things were going on.
Well, you know what? Well, he does say that origin you said.
Right.
He explains that one too.
Okay.
And I guess there's conflicting reports on the origins of Friday the 13th, but one of them is France, and I'm going to be in France on Friday the 13th.
Oh my.
But you know what? I'll talk to Zach about it when I have him when we do our interview
Yes.
tomorrow. And we'll talk about why he loves the French so much, because I hate them.
You're gonna have a rough time.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. We're spending so much time with French people. I don't know what to do. Here's another. I have debated whether I want to say this or not, because I don't want to get too excited about it. We are going to Africa on the cruise.
Ooh,
One of the
okay.
ports is in Africa, in Tunisia.
Tunisia, fun.
March 20th is Tunisia's National Day. I will be in Tunisia on March 18th. And I want to interview a Tunisian about Tunisia's National Day and then release it on the podcast for Tunisia's National Day.
That would be fantastic.
However, historically, Tunisia has their port there has very bad weather a lot. And they say that it is a high there's a moderate possibility that port gets canceled. So it gets canceled often on this cruise because they have bad weather at that port a lot. So I don't want to get everybody's hopes up. Everybody who was excited about me interviewing somebody from Tunisia.
I think that if that happens, there's going to be a high probability that somebody on the cruise lives in Tunisia.
I might be able to find a Tunisian on the cruise, or somebody that knows something about Tunisia that could talk to me about Tunisia's National Day. I have no idea what Tunisia even is.
It's a country.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
they have bad weather.
They have bad weather in their port sometimes.
At their port, often. From my understanding.
So all I know is that there is a restaurant, a chain in Jacksonville. I don't know if it's anywhere else, called Tunis.
Tunis, yeah.
And it's that is the capital city of Tunisia.
Yep.
So it's Tunisian food, apparently.
Right. So Tunisia, and just in general, I can tell you this, close to Somalia.
Okay.
And I don't want to play into stereotypes, but noted piracy.
So like they're downloading a lot of music.
Yeah, and
sounds like my kind of people.
yes. So when the U.S. Navy and Marines were founded by Thomas Jefferson, it was basically to protect the U.S. interest in that part of the world against pirates from Tunisia and Somalia. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a high probability we'll get boarded.
Yes.
And somebody is going to say, "I'm the captain now."
Yes.
Yeah.
And
you know what? I'm going to do it first. I'm going to go up to the captain and say, "I'm the captain now," before anybody else can do it, and that'll save us all.
Yeah, absolutely. The first person to declare it wins.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And it's going to save everyone else, because then the Somalians will get on board, and then the Somalians?
Somalis?
The Somalis.
Yeah.
The Somali pirates.
Yes.
Yeah, the Somali pirates will get on board, and he's going to go to say, "I'm the captain," and I'm going to say, "Hey, man, I already did it. You can't do this."
Well, the one downside is there's probably not going to be any childcare.
That's true. Yeah, they did get they've sorted that out.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
So
Friday the 13th. What?
Yeah. So I was gonna say, like, Friday the 13th has turned into a cultural impact thing in the United States, where it's considered an unlucky day.
Yeah.
And then the movie franchise has really turned it into something else.
So So I'll probably end up talking about the movie franchise a lot with Zach. So that'll get covered. But I have actually never seen any of them.
You're not missing out a lot.
It's chainsaws or machetes?
Yes, mostly machetes,
Mostly
but
machetes.
chainsaws.
But there's some chainsaws at some point?
I'm pretty sure there's a chainsaw.
All I know about it is the first one is the camp, right? And
the first couple are
in a camp, and it doesn't get supernatural until the second one, right? Like the first one's not supernatural at all. Right?
There's a small supernatural element, but not a huge one.
But it's not really a supernatural film in the first one. It's more of just a straight up horror
suspense
slasher.
Yeah, slasher.
And then you go, but then starting with like the second one, it really gets into the supernatural, right?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So for those that don't know, Friday the 13th is the big bad guy is Jason, and he's got a hockey mask, and he walks everywhere, but still catches people no matter how fast they run.
Yeah. He's very slow, but
very-
somehow is able to catch them.
Yeah.
Which honestly, Jason and Michael Myers seem like they're pretty much the same guy.
It
right?
was pretty much very similar. Yes.
Just Michael Myers wears a William Shatner mask
yes.
instead of a hockey mask.
Yes.
But don't they both wear? Do they both wear jumpsuits? Or no? Jason wears denim. Is that what it is?
Jason, it depends on the
Depends on the
film,
movie.
but a lot of times he's wearing like coveralls or overalls.
Yeah, right.
Yes,
So they're both
yeah.
wearing like coveralls.
Yeah. Jason, it's whatever clothes he finds.
Oh, okay.
That's
He's like the Terminator.
yes. It's
Okay.
like he's just going to throw on something. As long as he has his hockey mask, he's going to find a way
Yeah.
to hurt somebody. And now, Corey Feldman. He was in one of the movies.
Yeah, that's right.
And it did have like a lot of like the young stars were in those, but those became like synonymous with the slasher films, and it's really been Friday the 13th has become like a holiday for like people who love like the slasher films, and including. I know something that we celebrate all the time, tattoos. So tattoo shops traditionally have like big deals on Friday the 13th.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah, I was astounded to find
I'm sad
out.
I'll miss it.
Yeah. Maybe they'll.
I would have gotten a tattoo if I'd have known.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, boy, what day do I want to get a tattoo? And traditionally, the one viewed as the most unlucky, and one where people celebrate getting stabbed. That's the one. I'm going to do Friday the 13th.
Well, that's about all my back can take right now.
Okay.
Because I did 5 hours of a market today. That was great. Thank you for doing that research. Thank you for this is probably the most we've ever actually talked about the topic.
Other than early on.
The food ones.
Food ones beat because
you put
it's
food in front of us. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, other than food ones, this one is probably the most we've talked about the topic. Favorite day of the week?
My favorite day of the week, usually Thursday.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because Fridays tend to end up being a bit hectic. I'm either going to a show or I'm trying to wrap up stuff at work or something's going on. Thursday, it feels like a good start.
I actually like Mondays. But mostly just because of Rain Dogs. Not Rain Dogs. Shantytown.
Shantytown, yeah.
Sorry, R.I.P. Rain Dogs. Mostly because of Shantytown. But that started 10 years ago because Rain Dogs was always on Monday. So, like, my affinity for Monday was I always liked Mondays because I was like, oh, that's the good mic is on Monday. I
Right.
can get some good comedy in.
Yeah.
So, Monday's a good comedy night.
It is.
For local comedy, I think in general, I have noticed this about other cities too. In general, Monday is a good comedy night for local comedy.
It's service industry night. Those
That's
wonderful
the service
folks
industry weekend. Yeah.
They're coming out, and it's like, hey, this is their chance to unwind and actually get entertained.
If I were to open a comedy club, I would probably consider doing a Monday mic there.
I absolutely would.
Well, I mean, I'd have to stop doing Shantytown, I guess.
Well,
but.
the mic that I first started at was when the Comedy Zone did a Monday night mic.
That's right. Comedy Zone did a Monday mic for a while.
Yeah. It was great. So much talent came through there.
Yeah, Mondays. You know what, Garfield? I am sick of you and your slander towards Mondays. Mondays are great days.
But your opinion on lasagna is still correct.
Yeah, lasagna is pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us. Today is whatever we say it is. I'm Joey Nickel.
I'm Bobby Parker.
See you tomorrow.
Have a good one.
Today is whatever they say it is, and we're here for it.